First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, praise, and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, also the true Lord beside the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah, Amashiach. Also the Father, true Father, One West. This is Father Kings going back at you yet with another lesson. Of course, before I go farther in this lesson, in class, this class is intended to the 12 tribes, which consists of the so-called blacks, African American descent, so-called Native American Indian, West Indian, Latino descent, and also our brothers and sisters scattered abroad the various islands and lands across this world. To you I say, Shalom, peace and blessings, peace and blessings be unto you, and also the confusion of faith among our people as well, and among the other nations. To you also say, Shalom. So I'm going to call this lesson, The Oppression of America. That's right. The oppression of America runs deep, you know. It goes back farther than the 1800s to 1700s. I mean, it really goes back I don't want to go too far into history, but it goes all the way back as far as Esau and Jacob. I mean, if you're spiritual, you can understand it. And that's in the book of Genesis, you know, the 25th chapter, I believe. But the oppression of America, what makes this place so wicked and corrupt is because not only is it a physical oppression, it's a spiritual oppression as well. Let me get a couple of scriptures on this. This is the book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Who did that? It's a so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom, the elites of this society. You know, there's 13 families that's ruling the world right now. You know, they spoke great words against the Most High by their philosophies, by their false indoctrination, by covering the faces of the judges thereof. You know, all these different things is a spiritual form of oppression. It says he should speak great words against the Most High. Now I'm about to show you how it's a physical oppression as well as spiritual. He shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Slakia. He shall wear out the saints of the Most High and thinks to change time. Slakia. And think to change times and laws. They should be given unto him. Slakia. They should be given into his hands until a time and dividing time. And we are approaching the end of the rulership of Edom and the other nations, you know. This captivity we are currently in is a spiritual oppression, you know, as well as physical. Let's get a second precept. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. And the high places is the 13 families, the people who rule in the world, you know. Those families are ruling the world right now, and they ruling it under the vibration of Satan, the wicked, you know. Malachi chapter 1, verse 3, you know. You can definitely read that. It gives you the true definition of who the wicked are, you know. So yeah, so he changed times and laws. That was part of his policy and oppression. He changed our identity. That was another form of oppression. Then he tied us down into what you call debt slaves. Debt slaves is another form of slavery. So you have two traits of slavery. You have involuntary slavery, where they put a gun to you and force you, like what they did to us in the 1400s and 1300s. And then you have something called voluntary slavery, which is another form of slavery, but they hid the conditions of it. Like when you punch your job 9 to 5, you think you're really getting paid, but really you're not getting paid because they only give you the money that they stole from your ancestors. So there's really no such thing as them giving you fair wages, because the fair wages was built off the blood and sweat and agony of your ancestors. Malachi chapter 2, verse 2. And this is another form of oppression. And they covet fields and take them by violence. How did the so-called white man get this land? He didn't get it by passing out roses and candy. He got it by the sword. Let's go back to the book of Genesis. By thy sword thou shalt live. Okay? And they covet fields, and like that's why the war is going on over there in Israel right now, because the people who's over there don't really belong over there. None of them are the Palestinian or the so-called Jews, which they are not the Jews. They are Jewish, which means pertains to. And they covet the fields and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's what they did. They stole our identity, called themselves the real Jews, and set up a world economy based off that lie. You know, they built up the world economy based off lies and falsehood. You know, and this oppression that we are facing is spiritual. You know, because it's like you are attached to a social security number, which is ran by the elites of this society. You know, that's why everything you do is a bill to it. You know, you go get some gas is a bill. You get food is a bill. Everything you do is a bill. Your utilities, your mortgage, whatever you might be, is you put money back into the system somewhere, somehow. Either taxes is another form of oppression, you know, because what they doing is they are making you into what you call debt slave. Well, they have made us the debt slaves, you know. But I'm gonna close it out here. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to our Heavenly Father Yahweh. Also, true back beside the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah, Amashiach. Also, the final Father, true Father, one West. Shalom, Israel. Peace and blessings. Shalom.